Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your March 2022 general readings. We are looking at the first 2 weeks of March from the 1st through the 15th, and this reading is for the water sign of Scorpio. Welcome, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. As always, thanks for being here, for watching the videos, your liking, sharing, subscribing, support, feedback, comments. Those of you who reach out for personal readings, I always want to say thank you. It really means a lot. Okay, Scorpio, this reading is for you for the first 2 weeks of March 2022. That's if your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign is in Scorpio. It's also relevant if you're cross-watching for a Scorpion. It is a general reading. Of course, it's going to resonate a little differently for everyone, so watch all of your signs for any additional insight and perspective into what's going on in your life. And if you find that something does resonate with you, you'd like to take a deeper look at something, reach out for a personal reading for yourself or as a gift for someone else, feel free to email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. You can also get that contact info by clicking on the description link. I'd be delighted to hear from you. I can usually respond within the same day with more information. I do offer a wide variety of readings in all the main areas of life. So message me. I'd be happy to hear from you. Okay, Scorpio, let's see what the first 2 weeks of March look like for you. I am using the Tarot of Dreams and clarifying with the Legacy of the Divine. Okay, Scorpio. Well, we begin with some conflict. Five of Wands, internal conflict, external conflict, petty drama, rumors, gossip mongering, just going over the same thing over and over and over again with no clear results. I mean, everyone in here is sparring with each other. Not real weapons, they're not out to kill each other, but everybody wants to be first. Everybody wants to have the last word. Everybody wants to be right. There's no compromise, negotiation, kind of elevating yourself to see what's the most important thing. It's just this conflict. With the Two of Swords, feeling stuck. Somebody who's reluctant or resistant to looking at something, because if they do, then the next step is actually making a choice or a decision. So there's conflict about this. Next, we have the Eight of Wands. Action, momentum, travel, powerful conversations. This is forward movement. Wands is governed by the element of fire, which is action-oriented. So it's the traditional travel card. Some of you might be traveling. Maybe you're fighting about going on vacation or traveling. But it's about movement forward. With the Eight of Wands, we have the Two of Wands. The Two of Swords and the Two of Wands are right next to each other. The Two of Wands is, a two of action. It's being at a crossroads, making a decision to go one way or the other. And a very action-oriented decision, and a pretty fast one, too. Next, we have the Ace of Swords. Success, truth, reality, illumination. Sometimes the Ace of Swords can be challenging, right? I mean, technically it's a card of success that comes from seeing something clearly. But sometimes seeing something in the light of what it truly really is might be challenging, because what it truly really is maybe not what you want it to be. But the potential success of the Ace of Swords comes from going, okay, in this energetic space where I'm seeing something for exactly what it is and I don't like it, you have the opportunity to make choices and decisions for a healthy reality for yourself moving forward, even if it's a difficult choice. With the Ace of Swords, we have the Lovers, which also represents a choice about a relationship. And it typically represents a choice that's going to have a significant effect on the life and future of a relationship, or lack of future of a relationship as well, a relationship at a crossroads. Now, the decision might be about the relationship itself, like, do we continue forward, and if so, how, or should we not continue forward? Or it might be in another area of life that has a significant impact, like here it might be traveling or moving forward in some way. It feels right now like one person wants to move forward in a certain way and the other person doesn't. Again, whether it's about the relationship moving forward in a certain way or whether it's some other area of life that's going to impact the relationship. From the bottom of the deck, representing the overall energy and focus for the first 2 weeks of March, is the Five of Coins, the beggar card, I call it. The Five of Coins represents I mean, no matter what deck you're using, the Five of Coins usually shows some representative of one person or a couple standing outside of what appears to be a church or a cathedral in need. You know, this person is actually begging, right? So it can represent financial and material insufficiency or loss or lack. On an emotional level, like in relationship, it can represent feeling like you have to beg for what you need, beg for what you want, beg for just the barest crumbs, you know? Feeling abandoned, rejected, shut out, not good enough, having to always come from a place of, please, can I need, you know? Okay. All right, let's clarify. Let's clarify that overall energy of the Five of Coins. The Five of Coins. The Five of Coins clarified by the Five of Coins. You can see here this person is begging for what they need, begging for what they want. The next card is the Ten of Coins, long-term security and stability, financially, materially, emotionally. So this might be, you know, I mean, there's a relationship central here with the Lovers. And it's about somebody feeling like they always have to beg for what they want. Now, this could be money. It could be beg for what makes them feel secure and stable, long-term security and stability, and that can mean financial, material, long-term security and stability. You know, like if you have an arrangement that one person is a stay-at-home person and the other person is the one that works, you know, maybe maybe you have to ask for everything rather than having a certain amount of money set up every month, right? Or it can represent on an emotional level, or some combination of both, that you want the relationship to move forward in a deeper level of commitment, perhaps living together or getting married or something of that sort. Because this is a person who feels like they have to beg for every single little daily need, rather than being able to rest and in the security of knowing that they're going to be okay today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. So this is somebody who really wants long-term security and stability, regardless of how that manifests, but doesn't feel like they have it because they feel like they have to ask all the time. It's not just secure. So let's clarify the Five of Wands. Conflict. Five of Wands and Two of Swords. The Two of Swords. So the Five of Wands is already, I'll show you. The Five of Wands is already clarified by the Two of Swords. We're clarifying just the Five of Wands, that conflict card, and we have the Two of Swords. Let's see what's next. The Fool. Stepping off the beaten path, taking a risk. Or someone who feels like something is foolish or too risky. That's what this argument is about. Somebody doesn't want to look at something. They don't want to make a choice. They don't want to move forward. They don't want to take a chance, take a risk. They think it's too risky. So they're closed to the idea, and that's what the conflict is about. Clarify the Two of Swords. The Nine of Coins, independence, self-sufficiency, self-reliance. Somebody who doesn't need anybody else. They can do everything on their own. This is what's driving this sense of, I don't want to move forward in this way, or I don't want to do this thing. I mean, Scorpio, it feels like there's a relationship here. While there doesn't seem to be any lack of caring or love or attraction or passion between the two, it feels like one person in here wants to remain fairly insulated amongst themselves. And if they give or share or connect with the other person, it's always on their terms and always just enough to keep the person there, but not enough to make that person feel secure. And it may be, too, on an emotional level, maybe because of past baggage or history. They don't want to feel like they need someone else. Clarify Eight of Wands, movement forward, travel. Yeah, Six of Coins. Sometimes called the breadcrumb card, which it likely is here. Somebody who has a lot to give, a lot to offer, but they only give just a little bit. The Two of Coins, the Ace of Coins, making a decision, new beginnings, practical new beginnings, moving, relocating, a new start. Let's clarify the Two of Wands, the choice that comes with it. Lots and lots of energy here around choice. Being at a crossroads. The King of Wands. Perhaps you're in, and perhaps the other person in this relationship or partnership. I think for many of you it's love and romance, but it could be a partnership of a different kind. It might be with a fire sign person, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Here we have the Four of Wands, happy home, marriage. I feel like it's about the relationship moving forward in a certain way, maybe getting married, moving in together, committing in some more practical, secure way. Clarify the Ace of Swords. And for some of you, it might be needing to make a decision to perhaps move into a different place, a bigger place, something of that sort. Some kind of new concrete beginning. Ace of Swords. Truth, reality. The Devil and the Eight of Swords. This is somebody who says they can't free themselves because of whatever reason. This reason, that reason, the other reason. They could. It's not to say it would be easy, but they say they can't. And the Devil represents negative cycles, addictive, obsessive cycles, things that are difficult to break free from because we keep telling ourselves over and over and over again, I need this. I can't do that because of this. I have to have this. I need this. This is where the Ace of Swords can be challenging because it feels like what's being revealed here is that this person is just going to keep on saying the same things they've said. I can't because of this. I can't because of that. I can't. They could, but they won't, or they feel they can't. In the end, it means the same thing for you. Okay, this is the truth or reality. And so, the other side of that Ace of Swords, of seeing something for absolutely what it is you, regardless of the decision you make moving forward, okay, I'm just going to find a way to accept it for the way that it is and let go of what I want it to be. Or if this is what it is, I can't live this way moving forward. So I'm going to have to make decisions to free myself from this in some way, no matter how difficult it is. I mean, the whole thing with the Ace of Swords and this energy here for you, Scorpio, is that no matter what decision you make moving forward, you make it with your eyes open, knowing what this is and what it is not. Let's clarify the Lovers. This feels like, this conversation or something, this person just keeps saying the same thing. The Knight of Cups, an offer, love, support. The Three of Cups, party, socializing, having a good time with each other, really enjoying the time with each other. The Ten of Swords, betrayal, a painful ending, accepting a painful ending, accepting an ending. Now, an ending can be the relationship itself ending or the end of what you wanted it to be, even though you may make the decision to stay there. You know what? This feels like a relationship, Scorpio, where the person says, I love you. I don't want to break up. I really love the time that we have together, but I don't want to do this thing, and I can't do this thing. And you're like, it's not enough. Okay, or this is what it is. So this is what it is, and that puts the ball back in your court. What are you going to do, right? Challenging. But I'm sure most, if not all of us, can relate to this at one point in our lives or another, yes? All right, let's end with any advice, guidance, feedback Spirit has to offer for Scorpio for the first 2 weeks of March 2022. Page of Swords, messages, news, conversation, looking at things, trying to gain information. Seven of Swords, taking a look at what you have invested in this relationship, the Lovers, in the process of making a decision. Ace of Cups, it can be emotional renewal within an already existing situation, new love and romance, or which I think here, I mean, the Ace of Cups also can represent the beginning of the spirit-given, God-given beginning of seeing your own truth and value, right? How important you are and how precious you are. Self-love and self-awareness and self-value, right? So compromise is part of any healthy relationship. But just remember, in having this conversation or in thinking about what to do about this relationship decision or partnership decision, even while you're asking yourself what you've invested in it, what do you have to show for it, and what does it look like moving forward, compromise is only good as long as the compromise doesn't end up eroding our sense of self, self-esteem, self-worth, self-value over time. Because if that happens, then the compromise is not worth it, because the compromise is not worth the cost that it comes at, right? So remember that going through here. I mean, there's no clear yes or no here. I mean, it's a relationship, and this is a general reading. So for some of you, it's going to be, I'm going to compromise this, and for some of you, you can't, right? But I think what Spirit is giving us here is, talk about this, have this conversation, take a look at what you have invested, meaning what you stand to lose if you decide not to do this thing or move forward with the relationship or the other decision. But don't compromise to the point that it's going to erode your sense of self-esteem and self-value and self-love, okay? All right, I'm going to leave that there, Scorpio. I hope that the messages for you for the first 2 weeks of March were helpful and useful, or at least gave you some food for thought or some resonation in what you'd already been thinking. Again, if it does resonate with you and you'd like to take a deeper look at something, reach out for a personal reading, feel free to email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. You can also see that info by clicking on the description link below. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the March mid-month general readings. Stay well until then. Hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.